Mike Taylor Live is presented by Texas Cheer Liquor. And now, live from Oahu, Mike Taylor.
You bet your ass we're live from Oahu. Well, one of us is anyway. The other two are back at the motherland in Texas, the South and Central Texas area. Back at the Porn Hub, also known as DJLG's home. How you boys doing? It is indeed Mike Taylor Live, presented by Texas Cheer Liquor. So good to have you boys back in here. What episode are we on? 26? Oh, damn it. 25. Here we go.
Quarter to 100.
That's crazy.
That's pretty solid start. I'm building a good foundation here.
Yeah, I've got a running memory of the radio number, but I've got to get the YouTube, the Love You Hard YouTube, Mike Taylor Live, presented by Texas Cheer. I got to get that in my head where I can remember it. So it's 25, man. Wow, that's crazy. We started this thing 25 shows ago. What is that? A couple of months, 3 months or so, something like that. Trucking on down the road, homie. Trucking on down the road. So it's Taylor. How you boys doing? Subscribe to this thing. We don't have nearly enough subscribers to this show. If we're going to get rich and be able to retire when we want to retire, we're going to have some more subscribers. And I'm going to have a lot of you boys like this thing, all right? So jump in here. Participate in the chats. We've got a few chats. You got the free one for you cheap bastards. We also got the buymeacoffee.com/Mike Taylor Live. You can go on there and pay $3. You can give us $3 million, but as long as you pay money, they'll let you go on there and chat, and I'll read those. And there's the super chat you can also participate in if you want to take part in the Mike Taylor Live extravaganza. Back in the Porn Hub is DJLG, the executive producer of this thing. Wow. And it's back from his hiatus last week, Samuel Adon Freese from Glen Rose, Texas, who was out of the room last week and back here tonight and has told us we got about 50 minutes of quality Puma time, and then he's going to mail it in because we've got Dallas Stars hockey playoffs tonight against Calgary Flames.
Of course. Yeah, we're already burning valuable real estate here, but it is good to be back in the nurturing arms of the Porn Hub here and
how do you deal? Every night it's a massive fucking game. This is fucking huge. You don't understand.
Oh, we're there now.
So we got wild card bursts on the line, you know. You're like Peter Cry Wolf. You bullshit me all through like the regular season and tell me why you're distracted over regular season games. But see, now we're to the playoffs, but I'm so ass-whipped by you mailing in the show most of the time.
No, now we're
ready to get hyped for the playoffs.
Look, all those other games were important to get us to the point of actually playing an important game. And what are you doing there, Max Headroom? Good Lord.
I got real wispy on my screen got real.
Yeah, your connection's not looking too great right
now. This could be this actually
Speaking
could
of the
be,
Pornhub,
this could be early enough for me to catch the end of that early game.
The mic, it'll fix itself, LG.
I mean that's a problem too, but your connection overall just looks like, 1990s
I got an idea. I got an idea. Here's what I'll do.
You look like SD. Like it's hard to even remember. No, just standard definition.
It's worse than that. You look like a bootleg DVD.
Oh, we're getting better though. No.
It's clearing up. It's clearing up.
You just had a sun flare.
I turned the Wi-Fi off of my phone.
Okay.
Are you telling me that made the difference?
Did you just turn it back on?
Oh, there I am. Look at that face. Look at that.
I don't know. I don't think so, but
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I turned the Wi-Fi off on my cell phone and skadoosh, and all of a sudden now I'm back. Look at my pretty face.
There we go.
Okay, good. Anyway, we got Stars hockey playoff tonight, and I do have a lot of fond memories of covering hockey in another life, way back in the day, in the late 90s and early aughts, when ESPN first put a radio station in the Metroplex, and they were like, we need somebody to help cover hockey. Nobody wanted to. I'm like, fuck. I'm the young dumbass in the room who's just trying to get in where I can fit in.
It's a good place to get in to fit in.
Dude, I covered NASCAR, IRL, and hockey.
And NASCAR
Taylor,
at its
dude.
peak too.
Yeah, I was back in the Winston Cup Series days, so those were fun days, and the stars were really, really good. I could tell you, I could name a lot of those guys. I couldn't tell you 2 stars today, I don't think. Give me Jamie
I
Ben.
bet you can. Yeah, and then boom, you're gonna get this easy.
Hang on. Tyler Seguin.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
you could do 3. Well, no, maybe not. Yeah,
That's where it stops.
Dobie, the goalie,
Lord
is
Byron
not with them.
Hauenstein.
Close. No, there's no lords or legions on the roster.
Okay. I can get 2.
There's a bunch of
That
Finnish
99
dudes. There's a whole.
well, of course.
They got half the Finnish mafia.
Yeah, I'm excited. So Puma and I don't want to bog us down too much because I have a major announcement to get into here to start the show off tonight. But I think we probably should do a radio segment on this maybe tomorrow, because he shockingly agreed with me because he's such a staunch NBA supporter. I made the declaration that the hockey player takes his playoff series a shit ton more serious than the average NBA player takes his playoff series, and the Puma agreed.
See, and this is
go ahead.
This feels like a national topic, like a national talking head debate. This feels like something that would pop up on.
I'm right.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like it's a throwaway topic, but then when I thought for 90 seconds more about it, it's actually I'm not sure there's an athlete in the world that takes their playoffs more serious than hockey players. So yeah, it's absolutely agree. And I think it's an exact flip-flop of like the comparing NHL players to NBA regular season to playoffs. I think you have a lot more less care about postseason success and more care about brand building through a long regular season.
The average NBA player is about his bitches and his homeboys and his shoe brand. And his brand, and my shoe guy's in town. We got to accommodate him, getting my touches, making a rap video, and just playing a bunch of grab ass and having a good time, which I love all that shit.
Oh, it's entertaining.
That's what keeps me interested in the NBA. I don't give a fuck about the games. I like all the peripheral.
Okay, yeah.
I want to know who's fucking who. I want to know whose daddy got shot.
Okay.
I want to know somebody, your fun babies, that bitch you made a huge mistake with last year, got your fun baby at the arena, and Pop had to kick her out at the halftime because she was causing a ruckus. And not that I'm speaking from experience. I don't know anything about that.
Surely, hypothetical
that Pop would kick somebody's road lizard out of the arena. Or your ex-wife pissed off shows up because she mad because you ain't paid no child support in a year. That shit's great. That's why I love the NBA.
All of that. Love it. All of that is
that's for the regular season, Bubba.
Pleasure to watching an Indiana versus Orlando regular season game on a Tuesday night.
No, fuck all that.
That's on top of actually watching basketball.
I want to know who's fucking who. I want to know who Drake's partying with more than I even care about the Celtics play the Lakers. I don't give a shit about that.
Good Lord.
But the playoffs, it changes. I don't want to know about your road lizards. I don't give a fuck about your shoe deal. I don't give a shit about your touches in the playoffs, right? I'm a Spurs fan. Yeah. I come from the old school. We win championships. That's all that fucking matters when the Spurs had the big 3.
Yeah, you had 1 through 82 to have your fun. Now,
correct. Yeah, that's
now
right.
all that shit is pushed to the side.
And in the NHL, these hockey players, they've been taking this shit serious all fucking year, and they really step up that serious level. So the NBA player takes the regular season about that serious, and then the playoffs get here, and he steps it up. And if he happens to be on the team that wins the first round, maybe he steps it up a little bit more. Yeah, it's gradual.
We're growing.
The hockey player is already here all year, right? And the playoffs get here, and the hockey player goes to here. The hockey player gets
not even be a wide enough
more
gap.
shit. Yeah. The hockey player takes that shit serious. So I do enjoy the NHL playoffs. That being said, stick with me. Okay.
No, you got me
too much.
You got me till 9. At 9,
okay.
it's
and the Stars are probably
Razor has my full attention.
Calgary's good, right? I still find it unstable after all these years that Daryl Ray does the play-by-play after all those years doing color, but that's just
no. Razor's back. Razor's back.
Is he back?
He's been on color for the last year's Texas Broadcaster of the Year, Josh Bogorod, who's really good, really good.
Okay. Oh, my
He's
bad.
been there
Okay,
like
then,
3
sweet.
years now, maybe
You
4
see how
even.
long it's been. That's why I can't name
Yeah.
more than 2 current stars.
No,
I'll
but
get into it for you. I will get into some playoff hockey this
I
year.
will say this: the combination of Razor doing play-by-play and Craig Ludwig doing color, it
Dog
was
shit.
it was at times more entertaining than the actual hockey on the ice back then, because
Dog shit,
it was Razor would go on in extremely
In a
long,
funny way. Dog shit in a funny
extremely
way.
exaggerated vocabulary just to drive home a point in typical Razor fashion. And then Luds would literally say, "You could have done that in 5 words." That was the dynamic.
Right.
It was great.
Although I will say to Razor's credit, and I'm gonna move on. He gave me some of the best advice ever when I was a young broadcaster. When I was thinking that I might do play-by-play or call games or even doing talk shows, he was like, he told me, he's like, I put together 100 notes a night. 100. That's like my goal. I have 100 bullet points written down on a piece of paper. I might get to 10 of them, but once the game starts, I don't ever know what the fuck 10 I'm going to get to. So that's why it was a lesson in preparation. No one prepares more
ride
than
the
Razor.
wave. Prepare to ride the wave of the game, because you don't know what the game's going to call
That's
for.
right. You don't know when the wave's going to come in,
Right,
if it's going to be
right.
big enough, if the shore break's going to get in the way, if you're going to be able to catch the wave, will you be able to stay on the board the whole bit? And that's why that was great advice about preparation. So go Stars. I'll be rooting for the Dallas Stars, because God knows we don't have any rooting fucking interest in the NBA playoffs these days.
It's kind of tough.
Excuse me. Pretty tough. I mean,
Hey,
up to the point
now.
now. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Perfect timing,
That
actually.
sounds
It's like you
mean. That
produced
sound
the
means
segment.
that we.
That was actually a
sound means
drop.
that we just got a donation. I appreciate that. No, I want to get into our huge announcement here. This is the 25th show. It's kind of fitting that we're kind of at a little milestone here, because LG's been on my ass for about 2 years about doing something on YouTube. And I've never declined. It's about, okay, when can we do it? How do we do it logistically? How do we make money on it if we can? Not that I need to make a ton of money. Not that I don't. I certainly would like to. So what he first proposed to me was a couple of years ago was let's put together a reality show about your life, and maybe call it Doing Things, or like a travel show about Taylor. It's just radio host who lives in Hawaii, and we travel around, and we just travel around and follow the dude while he does his show, and we go to places and we eat funny food and we do stupid shit, just doing our life. And he wanted to put together like a season and have like 8 episodes of like 6 to 8 minutes a piece, real short, just to get us out there. That's what we were going to do, and I absolutely have not ruled that out, by the way.
Still
but
doable.
still absolutely doable. But what it's morphed into was, let's just do a talk show for now, stick it on YouTube, see if we can get any love, see if we can get support from a viewership standpoint, from a subscription standpoint, from a like standpoint, and from a sponsorship standpoint. 25 shows in, I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I don't want to be unrealistic, and I don't know what y'all's two's goals were. I'm stoked about what we've done in 25 shows, and I'm really fucking stoked about what might be around the corner, which I'll get into in a minute. Are you boys happy?
Expectations.
Zero.
I'm
Okay,
kind of
so
closer to
y'all are happy.
I mean, I had a
He's gonna
few
follow
personal
y'all.
expectations, just to,
did.
like at some level, but it was closer to 0 than 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and like I mean, I have 4 children. I don't live in my home city. I do a job in a town that I don't live in. There's fucking pressure in that. I have to pay divorce lawyers, and I'm on the hook for child support. And then I get hit today from DJLG. By the way, I turned down a huge lucrative job. I go, why? He goes, because I'm counting on you, bro. What the fuck? Don't put that pressure on me. Jesus.
I didn't ask to carry that. What are we doing here?
I was like, I'm betting
now
on you, man.
another reason to stay up late, man. God almighty.
Another reason to put in some preparation, as a Razor would expect.
Yeah, I know. So without further ado, here's our announcement. This is the shit that's going to keep me wanting to do this show and keep me thinking that maybe we can do this and help me sleep good at night. And by the way, Puma would have said yes to that job and dumped on my ass in 2 seconds. He's so hard up for money. I'm glad you're not so hard up for money.
It seemed like a pretty easy gig. I mean,
When I
an
told him
update
what
on
you
that,
turned
by the
down, he
way.
couldn't believe. He was shocked. He was shocked.
Yeah. There's been an update on that, by the way. That I'll talk to you about off the
that
air.
feels
Wait a
like an
minute. Did you
off-air
decide to say
update.
yes?
No. I haven't
Oh,
said
okay.
yes.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't take my no.
That feels like a counter was made.
They won't take
More
your
we
no.
should leave off air.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, tell him you got to do all this shit too.
Just
If they're
dump
cool.
all this.
All right. We'll
Just
talk
dump all
about it.
this.
LG's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, just dump all this,
we'll
LG.
talk about that later.
All right, that's fine. Fill my ass in. Well, whatever you're doing, I hope you're available on next Wednesday because I'm going to kind of need you. Okay,
We're kind of dependent on you, actually.
yeah,
I'm
this
good.
thing doesn't
I'm good.
happen without you. So here's what we got: a huge announcement. I'm so stoked to be talking about this tonight. Normally we do this show, Mike Taylor Live, presented by Texas Cheer Liquor. I mean, there's an example right there why I feel good about the odds of this show lasting when we got badasses like Mr. Singh at Texas Cheer Liquor. People like my boy Jorge at JM Pool and Spa, Janet and the boys over at R&R Auto Glass, and that's great. And we couldn't be. This show's not worth doing if we're not getting some support, so that's good. So what we got is, I want to keep elevating the show, though. I want to keep evolving, and we got to build this show up a little bit because I think we've kind of plateaued here because we get a pretty decent number of y'all that watch this thing. And in a few, we're recording this on a Tuesday night. We'll record it tonight. We'll drop it on the internets tonight. And in a few days, it'll probably get up to about 800 views, which is great. And that's about our plateau, though. I mean, 800 to 1,000 views every show. That's pretty good. I'm not bitching about that. I'm not complaining about that for a little fledgling show. That's cool. But if we're ever going to evolve the show, expand the show, get more people listening, get 2,000 viewers a night, we got to get out there because y'all all are Thunderdome, and I love you hard, and y'all are all part of this early going of the show's history. But if we're going to keep this thing rolling into the future, we got to make sure people know we're on. The reason we only have 800 to 1,000 viewers every night is because that's all that knows that we're on. And I got people that listen to the radio show that just don't want to go on YouTube. So we got to have a younger audience that's going to watch us on YouTube because old people don't do it. A lot of our blue-collar Thunderdomers in San Antonio that listen to our radio show, I don't give a fuck about YouTube. They're not going to watch it. So to build the audience, we got to get out there. And so we're going to start doing that next week. Lawrence, are you sure you can pull this off technically? Please say yes, because I've already told the guy yes and accepted the invitation.
Maybe. No, I'm fairly confident.
We're good. I'll take fairly confident. That's how I feel every
Still
day when I get ready to
confident,
do this. Fairly confident. Like the great Crash Davis said, you have to play the game with fear and arrogance. Always
That's
afraid
right.
of failure, but arrogant enough to have the balls to try and risk the failure. So that being said, it is May the 3rd. We're totally risking failure here. It is May the 3rd, 2022 here as we record this show tonight. On May the 11th, that is next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, in 8 days, this show will be on location. Now we're going to do our regular Tuesday, Thursday, but we're going to do a special Wednesday edition next week on May 11 at 8:15 Central Time, and we're going to do the show from the Hangar Bar and Grill in San Antonio, Texas. I believe that's the 2800 block of Broadway, just inside Loop 410. So basically,
Yep.
Broadway 410 and Broadway, just inside the loop. So if you're on 410 and you exit and you take a right on Broadway headed toward Alamo Heights, it's right there a quarter mile on the right-hand side. The Hangar, a place that it's so fitting that we're going to do our show there because this is a reunion. This is a delve into our history, my history as a host. Because for 2 or 3 years, maybe even 3 there for the longest time, years ago, when I was doing afternoon drive on iHeartRadio the first time, before they moved me to mornings, well, obviously I'm back doing afternoons now, but in those early days of the afternoon drive radio show, before I started chasing a woman all over the country and moved to frickin' Green Bay, we were doing every Thursday night at the Hangar during the football season. We called it the Thursday Girlfriend. Y'all remember that? Some of you OG Thunderdomers remember the Thursday Girlfriend. Every Thursday night at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Broadway. We did our show there. It was great. Lots of great memories. Got drunk in there a shit ton. Met a lot of people, and had just a really great time for a couple of years, if not more than that. So next Wednesday, not Thursday this time, Wednesday, we are returning to the hangar. I've not stepped foot in the hangar since the last time I did a show there in 2012. It's been that long. 10 years since I've stepped foot inside the hangar. And I'll be there next Wednesday with Sam Freaks, with DJ LG. He'll be setting up our gear there. We're going to do our show. What's up, Mike Kendall? Thank you, dude. We're going to do our show next Wednesday at the Hangar Bar and Grill in San Antonio, Texas on Broadway. Our first ever remote. Unless we get one for Tuesday, right? Because we're still going to do this show Tuesday and Thursday, but now we've got the Wednesday special edition at the Hangar. So I invite all the Thunderdome to show up Wednesday night at the Hangar in San Antonio, drink beer with us, hang out, rub Sam's hair, ask DJ LG about Indonesia and chasing ass all over Europe and Asian continents. And we'll talk football and drink some beer and have a great time. So I cannot wait next Wednesday night. Now, that being said, my ass is in the air. Can you smell it? That's my ass up in the air. Since I'm going to be back in Texas to do our show at the Hangar, I'm going to horse out for Tuesday and Thursday too. Y'all want us to do our show at your spot on Tuesday? Hit my ass up. You want us to do our show at yours? Not a goddamn thing. Well, you want us to show up on Thursday night? Hit me up. Slide in my DMs and my notifications, and we'll take this show on the road to your spot on Tuesday or Thursday. But Wednesday's taken, baby. The Hangar.
Looking forward to it.
Have you boys? I know LG's been in there many a time. Have you been to the Hangar?
Oh, God, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right on. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They got the best damn lemon pepper chicken wings I ever had in my life. Lemon pepper. They did 10 years ago anyway.
Yeah, no, when we did, it was like the main meetup point when we did one of those local, sports social leagues when we were playing some co-ed soccer. It was always.
Oh, I remember when they were doing that in the back behind the hangar. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were playing like at different fields, but that was where it was like the big league meetup after the games. It was all coordinated. It was actually kind of clicky, and it was cool. An interesting vibe. But yeah, no, it's that was our first introduction to the hangar. God, like probably it was like the first 2 years we lived here. So yeah. Honestly, I kind of remember when you would do the shows from there. But of course, that was back when I was a first year in San Antonio. Just had realized you were on down here after. Mm-hmm. Hearing you in Dallas, and then I vaguely remember that, but never made it out.
Yeah, I almost got divorced one night after a show there.
Yeah, well,
because the
good
Miller
bar
Lite
will do that to you.
I didn't do anything wrong. The Miller Lite girls showed up because they were passing out buckets of Miller Lite. Mm-hmm. I didn't do shit. They were walking around passing out beer.
I'm sure conservatively dressed and
no, they were dressed like whores.
Okay, yeah.
And the owner told them, "Hey, y'all, take pictures and stuff." They were told by their managers, take a bunch of pictures in there so we can put on the MillerLite.com or whatever. And so they took pictures, and they saw a dude doing a radio show, so they came over and they took pictures with me, And I damn near got divorced over that. Fucking A, man. Yeah. So we had good times in there. Never had any ruckus. Never, no fights. It's a super low chill, low key place. Very super chill. I guess not low chill. It's very low key and chill. That's what I should say.
Lo-fi chill.
Yeah. So y'all get your asses out there to the hangar next Wednesday and hang out with us and watch us do this show live. That'll be a hell of a lot of fun. What?
Well, I'm just thinking when you called me this morning and told me that we were going to be actually doing our first live show, I cut you off mid-sentence because the first thing I asked was, have you talked to LG about this? Because that was...
Well, he knows. He's fine.
Yeah.
He knows now.
Like, I can feel the confidence he's exuding from the chair over. It's...
he's a bit nervous. What are you worried
it's gonna
about?
Be
getting the song?
Come experience whatever. Yeah, come experience.
Either way, we'll be there, and we'll do a damn show live on location.
Well, if it don't work,
it might not be live on YouTube, but we'll be live on location.
Just drink some goddamn beer.
We'll can some.
Pull your cell phone out and record it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll just do it the whole episode on Snap.
I'll keep it rolling. I'll keep it rolling. So if it does disconnect, we'll post the video later. So there you go.
It's gonna be fun.
All right. I want to get into this just for a minute or two. I don't want to, because you've already addressed this on the radio show. I don't want to make you do it again. Puma was not in the room last week because his great grandmother passed away. Granny Mo. And I'm glad you're back. The show was not the same without you.
It's
but I
good
was
to be back.
funny because no one, and I was hurting for you because we're brothers, and I even know I never met Granny Mo.
You did.
You don't think of me of that yet? What am I?
No. I definitely do. I'm
Crazy cousin?
These are all self-defense mechanisms that are starting to come out, just like rapid fire as we're going.
Can't handle it.
Correct. Yeah.
Our relationship has gotten so close now, and you don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about my own grandparents and how fortunate Sam is, and he don't want to hear this shit now. He just lost her, but he'll realize, and he knows it now. But as time goes on, how fortunate to have a great grandmother at your age, 36, and it's so great. I have not had any grandparents in a long time.
Here, I'll do you one better. I lost I now lost another great grandmother less than 6 years ago. Something like that.
Damn, man.
So
Still
I had another great grandma that made it to 90 years old. Yeah.
I lost my grandmother. I lost both of them. I lost my I never knew my grandpa on my dad's side. The piece of shit his name was Les Davidson, a piece of shit who knocked up my grandmother. He was married, abandoned her, and never called her back, and she had a fun baby, my father. So I never met him. My dad's mom, Millie Taylor was her name, the great Mildred Taylor. She was a badass in and of her own right. That woman had a tattoo of a dagger on her arm, on her forearm.
That's when you know you're cold. You just
right here, and got the tattoo in the 50s.
Oh, exactly. And you want people in the 50s to see a dagger.
Yeah.
Just
you don't
so
wear long
you know.
sleeves when you have a dagger on your forearm. Fuck no. So she had a dagger on the forearm, was a single mama forever, never remarried. Well, she had a lot of boyfriends, but never married.
I mean, minor details, yeah.
After because she divorced my dad's stepdad, and that was it. But my dad never met his own father. I never met him. So I had 3 grandparents. My grandma, I lost her in 1990, Millie. I was a sophomore in high school, 15, 16 years old. Lost my mother's mom, Grandma Katie, also notorious in her own right, in 1993 when I was 18. And then lost my grandpa, my mom's dad, Braulio Lopez from Mexico. I lost him probably 2007, 2008. And so I was in my early 30s. Great grandparents, forget it. Forget it. I not even close.
It's
never
one
met
of those
any of them.
things. They're like, I always knew my family was young growing up, just in comparison of my parents to the rest of my friends' parents, and then seeing like when I would meet a friend's grandparent, I'd be like, but you're not thinking about like numbers and age when you're 14 years old. I mean, it would be like a lot of my grandparents are younger than several of my friends' parents. Like it was that was it's things you don't, as a kid, you don't realize how lucky that is. And then now, that I'm getting a little older and seeing just how rare that is. I mean, it's very easy to celebrate a life like that when you realize how lucky you are to have that.
I have a few stories about my great grandmother on my mom's side. Grandma Becky's grandmother died in the early 70s. I wasn't born until 74. Here's how she died. She died early. Of course, everybody dies early in my family, from accidents and drug addictions and cancer. So what happened was, sorry, I'm burping, drinking beer out of a Texas Cheer liquor, beer koozie. So all I know about my mother's grandmother, my great grandmother on my mama's side, my maternal great grandmother, she was in the bar drinking with her husband. What the fuck was his name? They think they called him Nacho. That was his nickname, Nacho. And they had a fight in the bar, and she's like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving. I'm out of here." He's like, "Bitch, fuck you, I ain't leaving." And I'm staying here till they close. And she's like, well, I'm gonna fucking walk. He's like, fuck you, go ahead and walk. You know how it is.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just
dead of winter.
escalation upon escalation. Yeah, no one's giving an inch.
You know how we do. Drunk off her ass. She goes out in the winter, in the winter night, 1 o'clock in the morning, pissed off, drunk, and was cussing. He followed her out there. He's like, I was just kidding. Get your fucking ass in here. This is eyewitness testimony here, or so I've been told. Don't walk home. It's too fucking cold, you stupid bitch. Get in here. I love you, you dumb bitch. I fucking love you, you stupid bitch. So
it's true love right there.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Your ass is on the couch too. Blah blah blah. They weren't gonna break up. They just like to fight. They had hard fights. So she's drunk off her ass. This is a terrible thing, but it's funny. I'm hell of it's 1972.
Simpler times.
She gets hit by a pickup truck crossing the street walking home. Gets thrown 100 yards. 100.
That was not where I expected the story.
I told you. It's fine. She's 100 yards from the bar. Arms all over one leg over the head. Got an arm over here. A finger fell off. Blood busted up. Blood coming out of every fucking hole.
Oh,
blood
God.
coming out of head busted open.
Oh, how fast was the car going?
In 1972, who knows? Fucking, I don't know. So, and you can imagine an early 70s pickup truck's a big fucking tank probably. And she tells the ambulance drivers on the way, I didn't, she's like, tell that motherfucker what happened. No, she told him, don't tell that motherfucker what happened. I don't want him to know what happened to me. She wanted him to feel bad.
Sure.
And of course, everyone saw it happen.
Leave the guilt. Yeah, like she found a
she
weapon.
Gets to the hospital, and my great-grandmother immediately falls into a coma, right? Laid there 5 weeks at John Peter Smith Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, and finally died after 5 weeks of being in a coma from that damn car wreck. She was in her 50s. Everybody dies young, dude.
You should have told me it ended with death. I'm sitting here laughing my ass.
It's funny. It was 1972. Wait till I tell you how my dad's brothers died.
No, please, so I can fall out of the chair laughing this time and feel even better about myself. Please, tell me.
I'll lead with they both were dead. I'll lead with they're both dead.
Thank you. I would lead. Let me know there's death involved so I can judge my reaction accordingly. Fuck.
Also, two men I never met. They died. I was born in 1974. Yeah. They both died
I never
before
met
I was
them.
born. What are you gonna do? Yeah. They're fucking gangsters. They fucking had it coming. You don't want to get hit by a truck in the middle of the winter. Don't fucking get hammered and get a fight with your fucking husband and walk off because you're being a bitch and you're stubborn and you just want to walk off. Don't do that.
Pride is a powerful drug.
It'll get you killed. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't get this personality because I made it up. I'm coming from a bunch of fucking crazy ass people. I got bad stock.
Oh, I gotta maintain composure for this.
So Big Mike had two brothers way older than him. His mom was way older than him, right? Okay. So, like, I lost my grandma Millie in her 70s in 1990. She was in her 70s in 1990, right?
Damn.
And my dad's only 62 now. So my dad was young.
Right.
He was he was a fun baby my grandmother had after years of having two sons that were old. They were grown men when he was born, right? One of my uncles, his name was Jimmy Don.
Jimmy Don.
Yeah, Jimmy Don was found dead in a backseat of a car of autoerotic, not erotic, auto asphyxiation.
And it's autoerotic asphyxiation.
Not erotic. That's how the guy in NXS died. The guy died in the back of a car, and
Oh, okay, I got you.
Thank you, Russell. Just subscribe. Keep subscribing.
Oh.
He wasn't doing the kung fu guy.
He was doing just doing the other part.
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
No, go ahead.
He just suffocated.
Okay, correct. He just suffocated. He wasn't correct. Yeah.
It's the old suicide bit where you close the garage, run the car, and lie down and let it. Yeah. You just go to sleep and you die.
Nice slow death. Yes.
The official cause of death with Tarrant County medical records is that Jimmy Don died of self-inflicted car asphyxiation, whatever the hell you want to. What do you call it? Auto, whatever. But he had a big fight with two idiots the night before, and they had both told him, "You're fucking done. You're done. We're done with you. You're dead." He was in gangs. You're dead. Next time we see you, you're dead. And then he winds up. So he either panicked and killed himself, or they set it up and killed him. My family, a lot of people in my family believe that it was made to look like he did it on purpose.
He was forced to commit suicide.
Yeah, because he was beat the shit out of, right, from the fight he had with those guys the previous night.
Yeah,
it's 1965. There's no way to do it like we didn't have the technology we have now when it comes to just studying bodies and how guys died. He probably got put in there on purpose. Who knows? Maybe he killed himself. I have no idea. My dad had another brother who died in the late 60s. I forget his name. They called him Boogie, like Boogie Cousins. I had an Uncle Boogie.
Oh, Boogie.
So Boogie
Uncle Boogie is a top 5 uncle name.
Uncle Boogie, yeah.
Uncle Boogie.
So Boogie had beef with this.
Boogie.
And it's just so gangster. So Uncle Boogie had beef with a guy that owned a couple of car dealerships in Fort Worth, Texas.
Hell yeah. It's a dangerous game, those car dealerships.
You think car guys are fucking shystery now? Shit. You should have 1960s car guy.
Yeah. This is a reformed industry compared to that.
No shit. Basically, it was like
jungle.
Jack Ruby. It was Jack Ruby of Fort Worth owning car dealerships. The guy had clout. He had power. I think he was like a big high roller in the nightclub scene too. And got into an argument with my Uncle Boogie. And what this dude said was he was trying to steal one of the cars off the lot. My family thinks that was a lie.
Sure.
They think that this car dealership guy overreacted. But of course, it's Boogie. He didn't have any credibility because he was a fucking thug. Of course, Boogie was capable. Thank you, Mike Kendall. Boogie was capable of totally stealing a car off a car lot. That's believable. But at the same time, this guy he had beef with, the car owner, was a big fucking gangster baller in Fort Worth. But because he had a name and he knew people, he was able to tell the cops, "Oh, that motherfucker tried to beat me up, so I had to shoot him." Boogie was shot in the face by the car dealer owner in the car lot in the middle of the afternoon up against one of the cars. Now, so no one lives. I don't know what the point of this is. No one lives a long time, I guess. And so you should be thankful you had 98 years with Granny Mo. Be thankful.
So I completely, I feel much greater about the time I spent with my great grandmother now, knowing the alternative ways it could have ended. Correct.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to one up people. I hate to do this. Like, oh, my childhood was way worse than yours. Mine was so fucked up. You don't need to compare. No one should compare their childhood to mine.
Just be entertained. Just be like, I don't. Like,
just listen to the stories.
Yeah, like there's no. That's why like the word like for us like Granny Mo was like our time to do bits was always Christmas, because we would do the what's it called, like the white elephant gift exchange, and so we would always draw the numbers.
Is that what normal families do? They pass around random gifts.
Well, I think it's what families do.
We chased each other around the house with hammers and mace and 45s on Christmas.
Again, there's no comparison.
Can't do that. Yeah, it's
this is a quite a different pace in terms of story content. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
It was Christmas was our time to do bits with Granny Mo. So that was when we would always, the women would draw numbers, the men would draw numbers, and then we'd do the white elephant thing. So the women would always manipulate it so Granny Mo would get a specific gift that they had all gotten for her. But it was, so she would, like, it would work out where they would always trade or get it to her. Except for a couple years where we were able to integrate their strategic planning sessions. And one of those years, we got Granny Mo to end up with a DVD player, her first DVD player. And the first movie we gave to her that Christmas night, because we had gotten wind that the women were going to get Granny Mo the DVD player, and that was what she got. And so we were like, okay, we'll bring some DVDs to have in the exchange. So we made sure Granny Mo got blazing saddles. And granted,
Oh God.
my grandma was 98 years old. Like, she grew up loving Western. Like, one of her first memories was literally riding in a covered wagon from, Hill City in between Glenrose and Toller into town being Glenrose or even Granbury for that matter. Like, it was like she loved Westerns because she lived through some extent of the dying end of that era as far as, rural, Texans. And so we convinced her, perfect, always for sale. We convinced her to literally start her DVD experience by watching Blazing Saddles that we told her was a John Wayne movie that she must have missed, that somehow she missed in all of her years of watching Westerns. And that poor old lady made it all the way to the campfire scene where the effects of a bean dinner are wearing off on the guys. And finally, she said, she finally turned it off and said that if John Wayne hadn't showed up by then, he was never going to save that movie. And that was another year we gave her a car wash. Like, we gave her one of those like car wash sponges that are real long that you can, load up with the water, connect it to a water hose. And literally, like, this is when she was 90 years old.
I'm just gonna let you keep going.
No, you're great. You're really respecting Granny Mo's legacy in a way that only I would expect. I'm sorry. I didn't realize my storytelling about my dead great grandmother was impeding on the live spot.
I didn't know he was going to come to me yet.
I missed the run sheet there. I missed the cue.
He had a close. I didn't know you were going to come back to me, Lawrence. I was going to shock him after the second because I thought he'd say something beautiful and I wouldn't be able to handle it. So
I've seen you doing this for the last 3 minutes, maybe 5 or 6.
But the viewers didn't.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I yeah.
Yes, 100%. You've been doing that through the extent of my storytelling. The great storytelling
on there.
Nope.
I didn't know.
I thought
you wanted me to cut to that.
My full family really appreciates your consideration and condolences. And on that note,
I love your family.
Where you can get all of your liquor and rosé, all the best tequila and rosé.
Oh God! Sorry, I couldn't deal with it, man. I can't deal with this pain. It's weird,
Well, thank you for everyone that wants to send me a ham. I do appreciate it.
Okay. That's a beautiful life. My goal is to live to be 100. As long as I'm healthy and stuff.
I've got a cousin that's in federal prison for cooking and selling meth. You want me to tell that story? I mean, he didn't get hit by a car, but it's not a good story about having family that has lived throughout your
I wish I had
years
I would
to support you.
I just want to, every time you complain about your family, Puma always confides in me how he hates his family.
That is so untrue.
How's the lighting, Lawrence? How's the lighting? I feel like the lighting's too bright tonight.
It's not that
it's pretty bright.
It's the fact that I'm not back there with my family.
It's too bright, bro.
Say when.
Lower.
Good. Okay.
How's
that?
There. Just leave it there.
Okay, cool.
You look like you're getting motion sickness in real time, just getting paler and paler.
Oh, God. All right. 25 shows in, and we took about 10 shows before we got a title sponsor. How about that? Texas Cheer Liquor is the official liquor store of Mike Taylor Live, presented by Texas Cheer Liquor. Homeboy just broke ground on 4 new places. So, and I was kidding him. I love all your spots, but you got to live out in the burbs to find them. Not anymore. They're getting ready to open up 4 new places they just broke ground on, and they're building them as we speak. 4 new Texas Cheer Liquors will be coming up, and 3 of them are right in, and they're in the heart of the city, in the inner part of San Antonio, Texas. So again, thank you so much to the official liquor store of the Taylor Show, Texas Cheer Liquor, which we will be home next week, LG. And you boys, we need to get out there and we need to get stocked up next week when I get home, because that's one of the first things that I want to do.
Oh, yeah.
Is get stocked up. He's gone to the phone.
Yeah, we're under a minute till 9 p.m. We're getting close, man.
Are they going to face off at straight up 9?
That's what I'm. Don't worry about me. Keep showing your nipples and ruining touching moments, and I'll watch hockey, and we'll just kill this whole episode.
Here, I'm gonna write something on. See if I can write upside down.
That's not gonna go well.
No, it ain't working. Son of a
No.
bitch. Okay, well, good. Just put the logo up. JM Pool and Spa is another one of the reasons why we've been able to make 25 shows. Our boy George and the people over at JM Pool and Spa have been around for a long time up in Spring Branch. They are really good at renovating pools. They are excellent at automating them for you. And they're innovative and smart. And if you need anything done with your pool and or spa, my guy George and the people's over at JM Pool and Spa. Matter of fact, he's getting ready, I think, to make a decent donation to the barbecue, the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club barbecue of 2K22, the Peacock location over by Woodlawn Lake in San Antonio. So I thank JM Pool and Spa very much for jumping on board and being one of the first supporters of our show. Muchas gracias to JM Pool and Spa. All right, do you boys want to take a look inside the sack? Shall we do that? It's straight up 9 o'clock. Are they facing off right at 9 or like 9:08 or 9:10?
I don't know, man. I'm fully focused. Unlike others on this show, I am fully focused on the content that we're producing.
I was fully focused. I was trying to do a funny bit.
I'm enjoying the upper hand I have right now.
Yeah, I feel bad now.
It makes me feel good if that makes you feel any better.
I should have texted Lawrence and said, "Don't come to me," because your story was beautiful.
No, you were setting up a perfect comedic moment, no question.
Right. I was trying to bring levity to the moment, and I didn't realize I was on the whole time during the story.
No, it was literally the entire story. The entire story. Yeah.
I thought you were trying to distract him or something.
Yeah.
That's why I thought. I thought you were.
No, I was trying my best not to do anything that would make you realize.
You used to put your nipple up on the glass at iHeart at WOAI, and you tried to distract Joe Pags' girl, whoever the Carrie,
living
whatever.
the dream, brother.
I know. But she wasn't in there talking about her great grandmother and her.
You don't know what? You don't know that. You wouldn't hear what she was talking about through the glass.
Let's talk about Justice Alito's privacy being violated. Light us up, 210.
Right. Well, fuck them. Fuck Carrie Lockie and Joe.
So I thought you were doing a bit.
I thought
you were doing a bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I was not communicative enough. I should have.
You got to use the little private chat right here that we got. The little chat.
We got a private chat. How do I private? Oh yeah, the guest chat. Guest chat.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you. Yeah,
okay, where do I send a message? Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Don't come to me. Okay, cool. I'll try that next time. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I got it there.
Oh, it actually works. Perfect. Nice.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
The next time I want to tell a very touching story about my childhood upbringing and really share a personal side of myself and open up as a transparent personality here on the show. Yeah, just send LG a little message. You got a bit prepared.
When his dumbass story's over, don't come to me till then.
Hey, when this motherfucker's done babbling, why don't you just cut the full camera to me so I can one-up him again and get all the attention back on me. And on that note, let's check out my sack. Mail, motherfucker! Mail, motherfucker!
Golly, son of a bitch. All right. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. See, look at that. See, that's my fault. God damn it. What's up, Eric Price? No high school baseball tonight to work so I can catch this episode live. Eric does public address all over the city for all different sports and stuff.
Well, that's bad. I wish I had a good PA voice.
Do.
No, I'm hick twang.
You're fine. You can't always sound like that. That's stupid.
I don't have the booming big text voice required.
The world's changed. We don't require that bullshit anymore. You don't need that. Look at the Oakland A's. No, better. You don't. Tony Kim. Right.
Like she's a muppet.
So the hangar, I guess I'll need to come by and have a beverage since you'll be on my side of town. You better fucking get your ass. If I'm coming to your side of the town, for sure you need to get your ass in there, for sure.
Bet your ass.
Oh, damn, I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay, very good. Very good. At least we're not talking motherfucking baseball. Oh, that's a shot at baseball. It's
That's
unfortunate.
fine. We can take a break on baseball. Let's see if the Rangers can get on a hot streak before we
Yeah,
talk
he's beating
again.
down LG's Thunderbone. 5 copies. What's up? Thank you, dude. What else? Sam, DJ LG turned down that job in San Diego for the mayor of the sports in South and Central Texas. Oh, they're guessing that you had a gig in San Diego lined up, is what they're guessing.
no, I might have to take that one. If they're gonna relocate.
Yeah, that one you've taken multiple trips out for several interviews.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be paying child support if you have 50-50 custody. It's ridiculous. I don't have 50-50 custody. I only have them on the weekends. She made it to where I have them 3.5 days to 4.5. It's like I have them like 3 days to 4, and it's like really close too, right?
God, you're Schumering so hard right now.
I know. The way it works is I pick them up from school Friday afternoon when they get off school. And then I drop them off at school Monday morning, and I have them from Friday pickup from school to Monday drop off. Then mom picks them up Monday afternoon from school, drops them off Friday morning, and then I pick them up. So she's got them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's 4 days to 3, technically. Although I see them parts of 4 days. It's damn near 50-50. Yeah. And I'm paying the motherfucking rent over there. Yes, you're right, Jason, to an extent. There goes Taylor again, making plans before discussing them with DJ LG. No, he knows. He knew. I just said to him, hey, I got some shit lined up. Be advised.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I brought him in the stove. You gotta fix him up. I bring him in the stove. You gotta take care of him.
Yeah, I'm here reaching out. Yeah. I'm reaching out to all my broadcast people looking for equipment to do remotes with.
Yeah, we're gonna have pieces. We're like Carol Shelby building the original Cobra. Like we've got some Ford parts, and then everything else is just whatever shit people brought to the barn that day, so we can see if it worked.
That's how much I trust LG. I know he'll figure it out. I trust him.
We're in good hands. It'll be a good night. We're in good hands.
Jacob's in here. Thank you, Puma, for playing Fish the day my best friend died. You had no idea, but you made me slap the car ceiling like Lebowski, sending love to your family. Oh,
I hope you didn't drop
about that.
Hope you didn't drop the joint in your crotch like Lebowski did when he started slapping the ceiling. Some of that shit, like speaking of real quick, like picking the fish, the playlist is up to almost 32 hours now. Damn. And we're closing in on 1 full year. The second week of June will be 1 full year of not playing a song twice, playing nothing but new music, all different genres, like Fish. Like I had no, like Fish was just like I wouldn't bring a whole lot of Fish to the show, but that was one where it was like I listened to so much fucking Fish this weekend, I've got to play it, and then it turns out to randomly, hit like that with a dude like that's
dude.
Exactly.
You're making your life hard, are you not, by always making it a new tune?
I find enough personal satisfaction out of it that right there. Like if one dude heard that Fish song and it connected with him, that means another dude that heard a Biffy Clyro song or another guy that heard. Okay, all right. Yep.
I know.
It's like the Oscars song.
I'm being played off. I'm being played off. Yes, it's Mike Taylor. It's Mike Taylor live.
You're running long.
It's Mike Taylor live. Let's get back to the sponsor.
I agree. I told the sponsor I'd mention him every 7 minutes. That was part of our deal.
Well, good. I'm glad we found a creative way that doesn't impede on the quality of the content to meet the sponsor's demand.
Tom, did Taylor just bring up Puma's loss to talk about his own family and make it all about himself?
Well,
no, I asked Puma today, do you want to address Granny Mo on the YouTube show? And he's like, well, I've already done it on the radio show. 95% of the people watching tonight probably heard the radio. And he's right. I don't want to make him go through all that again. So I decided to bring some levity to it with my own wild-ass family stories. That was planned.
Okay, I will give you credit for everything you just said being true. But you also didn't tell me that what you were bringing were stories of dead relatives that I was going to laugh my
been dead
ass
50
off.
years.
Yeah,
They've been
but
dead 50
still,
years.
like that's gonna lay heavy on the guilt for a minute, like that.
I'm being a pussy. I don't wear
Thank
sliding
you.
gloves.
You know what?
It's fine.
All of I'm cleansed of my woke pussyism. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't feel guilty for laughing at your dead family member's ultimate
I am.
unfortunate demise at the
the stories are funny.
bumper of a
Don't you
steel
think,
vehicle.
Don't you think, like, if like people like descendants of the Alamo probably like, yeah, Grandpa Tater got his whole head blown off with a cannon. It's pretty. Imagine you just laying there with no head.
I mean, I think there's probably people laughing their ass off at the fact that their grandparents died at the hands of German potato mashers. Like, I'm sure.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, like, yeah, exactly.
Thank you to Garrett F. and Rokos who bought one coffee. Here, take
Good
my
dude.
college fund. You're welcome. LG's Thunderbone. The hanger, that's 1 year Taylor Magic. That's year one Taylor Magic. Wasn't there a pretty powerful echo in that place? Fuck if I know. I had my headphones on. I wasn't paying no attention. I don't know. I was trying to survive in that first year.
Should be all
if
right.
LG was handling business, there wasn't no echo. Yeah.
We'll see. It might be.
No echo. Ain't no
Yes.
echo. All right, segment brought to you by R&R Auto Glass. There you go. Got to make them happy. I love them very much. The official furniture provider of Mike Taylor Live and the official auto glass repair company of Mike Taylor Live, right there off of 281 in Tacoma. Let's say you're going northbound on 281. You exit 281 and take a left on Tacoma across from the airport. It's down on the left-hand side, about a quarter mile. They accept all insurances. They are crazy fast. No need to carpool for 3 days because your car is getting fixed in some corporate ass owned place. You can just go get the glass fixed in an hour at R&R Auto Glass. Mention me, you'll get a Taylor Special. And also they'll fix anything, whether it's the front roof, like the sunroof, front windows, back windows, side windows, whatever it might be. They're going to fix it up for you. So thank you very much to R&R Auto Glass. All right, we got a lot done tonight though in that quick hour. I want you to get your hockey. It's good to have you back. No bullshitting, no
Since
kidding.
I'm back, let's light the
candle, baby. Yeah. It's good to have you back, and I got to tell you, knowing that because it was like the second day. I don't want to get too personal, but Puma texted that's starting to hit home. So I'm gonna have to go up because you were a pallbearer too, weren't you?
That was my pallbearer debut. That was the first time I'd ever. Well, because look, like you can imagine.
Well, no one dies in your family. Everybody lives behind.
Me at funerals, you can imagine I'm hang outside until the very last moment I have to go inside, then hang out at the back, and then like I'm very hands off when it comes to death. And
understood. Yeah,
this was the first time where it was like, no, you will be very hands on. And it was, of course,
you're a big, tall, strong man, and I'm sure it was an honor.
I think we handled it well. I think we did well.
Right, for sure, absolutely. So I'm glad you're back.
It's damn good to be back.
It sucked without you, and I didn't mean. I hope I wasn't offensive. I was just trying to bring some funny, and I just thought LG would wait to go to me. It's my fault.
No,
for not being
I am enjoying
funny gag.
The shit out of way that I'm enjoying the way LG produced that. Yeah, it was.
I pulled it off. I was like just waiting in the green room.
Yeah. No, you
to do a bit.
You thought you were literally you were just waiting, just
on deck circle.
2-0, it's got to be a fastball. I'm just waiting, and then just poo, 86 mile an hour Johan Santana changeup. Just no chance.
Yeah,
no chance.
Yeah, just swung and sprained an ankle and pulled my left nut flew up in my stomach.
Well,
that's how.
Good thing you don't have to put on a sliding glove because you won't be on first base.
Nah, well, and if I did get to first base, I would not have a fucking sliding glove on, and I would scrape up my palms sliding like Pete Rose, and I'd go home and I'd masturbate with my scraped up palm.
Just like the violent films intended, goddamn it.
That's your ass. I mean, I used blood as lube because I was a tough-ass kid.
Back when men were men.
Sliding glove. All right, so we're going to be at the Hangar next Wednesday. We'll do this show again Thursday night in this current form, but next Wednesday we'll be at the Hangar in San Antonio. And by the way, you never know what else I might be announcing because I'll be home all week next week, and I might announce some other stuff. I know for a fact I'm announcing something else. I'll give you a tease. We have another thing we want to announce that'll come down in June. Okay. But I don't want to take away the hangar's thunder. So we're going to make this all about the hangar. But on Tuesday, the day before the hangar, we are going to announce something else that I am extremely stoked for. Very, very freaking stoked for, that we're going to be a part of. We're going to be a part of something, not just us. We're going to be doing a bit of a collaboration, if you want to call it that, if that's the right word. And I'll announce that Tuesday. But in the meantime, you boys tune into the radio show on iHeartRadio, wherever you download podcasts. You can listen to us on Ticket 760 in San Antonio, AM 1300 The Zone in Austin, or the iHeartRadio app, whether you're in Tokyo or Belgium or Chile. And then we'll do another Mike Taylor Live presented by Texas Cheer Liquor on Thursday night. On Thursday, I want to circle back to our rattlesnake talk. Thank you. Thank you for that. We had a heated discussion about rattlesnake festivals on the radio show a couple of days ago, LG.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get into it now.
You
I'm
got a
teasing for
corner.
Thursday.
You got a corner snipped off your Texas ID card for that unfortunate opinion.
We'll
Yeah.
revisit that, and I'll give you
That's a
my.
thing,
I'll give
huh?
you my.
Okay.
There's a reason why I don't
Metaphorical.
want to be near rattlesnakes. There's some past trauma that I've dealt with that involve rattlers, and I didn't tell you this on the air. I was going to save it for M. Taylor Live.
Perfect.
Because LG said, quit blowing your wad on the radio show and save some gold for the YouTube
Well,
show.
I've stumbled into my own dormant rattlesnake den or two, so I'm sure we can go
no,
story for story and see who one
I'll
ups
give
each
you a
other
hint.
the next time.
All right.
Here's the hint. It's all same story. Rattlesnakes, cocaine abuse, and blowjobs. That's the theme of Thursday
trifecta.
night's show.
Yeah.
What? Like you talking about?
That's the trifecta. Right
That's
there.
the tease of 2022. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's all the same segment. All those things are affiliated.
Jesus
What do
Christ.
rattlesnakes, cocaine abuse,
Way
and
to stretch the
blowjobs have in
content
common?
out.
Yeah, that'll be the. What sponsor will I choose to represent that segment?
I bet
Yeah.
they're
None
just
of them. We're good.
biting
We'll
at
take
each
Thursday
other
off.
to try to get to the front of the line. Yeah.
Or get off the show for Thursday.
Well,
All right, dude. Go watch hockey. I love you hard, homie. It's great to have you back.
Time
no
for it.
bullshitting. I'm gonna go
Good to
eat
be
dinner.
back.
LG, what are you doing the rest of the night? You still got that goddamn dog?
No, it's finally
Oh,
gone.
thank God. Yeah, okay, good. His deadbeat brother who works at Spectrum dumped the dog on him for longer than he wanted to.
Yeah,
A
he's
puppy, nonetheless.
lucky I'm a dog person and I like puppies.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I could tell though your patience was pushed for sure.
It just wouldn't shut up during our show. It just kept barking and barking.
Ugh.
I was like,
All right.
nobody
Well,
heard it though. So
All right, Puma and I'll be back on the radio mañana, and then the three of us will be back on M. Taylor Live on Thursday. Love y'all hard very much. Thank you. Look how skinny I've gotten. I'm proud of it. That's why I pulled my shirt up. Although I've always pulled my shirt up. Bug it. Even when I was fat. So for more, here's Fat Mike to lead us out. We'll see you boys Thursday night. Love you hard.
Come back, you puppy!
Mike Taylor Live is presented by Texas Cheer Liquor.